All right. Hello, everybody. Let's see here. Oh my God, Patricio, where you been? Mostly in high school. Sweet. Well, been doing a lot of penguin heist fixes and updates. All right, I need to make, because I'm gonna be working on Penguin Springs. I need to have a separate init. We're gonna call this initialization Penguin Springs. And then we have the tutorial lobby, which we can copy and call the Penguin Springs. No, we don't act. Well, I guess, yeah. Penguin Springs lobby. And PS initialization. Because then we can set, I think, remove this. Or you'll start. This is the one we need to map selector. Get seen by name. Okay. Map selector. And scenes here is tutorial, but we just changed this. So how is the Minecraft server going, by the way? You been on it? Robber Island is doing well. You were just there for 15 seconds, or the ad was 15 seconds. I was gonna ask you how the Minecraft server has been going. If you've been there since, you know, 9.11.2 and 9.11.1. Okay, so we are in Penguin Springs. It is a terrible situation. Horrible. I don't know what is it the... Oh, debug draw mode. Let's profile the editor. I don't know what the fuck is... Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Wait, but I was editing the main menu there anyway, so... Let's think. Okay, we could copy just some basic shit from Penguin Springs. Hey, what's this about the browser page taking up so much memory? Hold up. Hmm. Yeah, I think I might have to... I don't know, I'll just leave it like that. I'll edit that later. I had like some CSS that was supposed to alleviate the processing use. YouTube Shorts has been doing really well on these lives, I have to say. We've been getting a lot of repeat viewers. And it's just all around quite fun. Yeah, I guess there was like some kind of memory leak. Hey, Daddy Frosty, what up? Hey, that's nice. I've been starting to use Vim motions in IntelliJ now. Very cool. Set up a little basic Vim RC with some custom motions. I don't know what is using memory or CPU. Like this OBS browser page is like leaking. I'm gonna just check and see here if I can adjust this. 1 second. Well, basically Vim is like there's Vim the editor and then there's Vim the motions, right? The idea is that when you're editing code, there's basically two primary ways to do it. One is using your keyboard as your main way of navigating code and editing code. And the second one is using the mouse, right? And you can do a combination of the two, but really the problem is in, I would say probably like 80% of cases, when you're using the mouse, you're just losing efficiency, right? It's not a nice motion. It's not a nice feeling. You have to lift your hand off the keyboard, reach for the mouse, click and drag, whatever, click through submenus to do an action. That's not a nice feeling. And so Vim motions basically are these keybinds that exist within Vim, the editor, but have also been transferred to a bunch of other IDEs and text editors. Basically just keyboard shortcuts. So I could show you 1 second after I've just addressed this issue. But I mean, in essence, it's the idea is that in Vim, or with Vim motions, you have a command and a motion. So the command could be delete, in which case you'd press D, and that sets the command. And then after following the command, you have a motion. So delete, and then the question is delete what? And then you can express that through emotions. You can say like delete the current word, delete until the end of the line, delete the paragraph I'm in, delete within these brackets, delete within these like citation marks or whatever, right? And that's a way faster way to express edits as opposed to using your mouse to select it or like moving up, you know, because I mean you could imagine a world where you move up, you know, let's say you want to delete a method. You're like, well, okay, I would move up to the top of the method and then I would hold shift, move down to the bottom of the method, and then press backspace. In Vim, you can just do D, A, P. That's it. Where D starts a delete command, A is like, I don't know exactly, because the commands are all mnemonic, so they're like related to words. I don't know exactly what A stands for, but A would like capture basically the paragraph you're in as well as the surrounding white space. And then P would be paragraph. So that would be like, you know, the method. And you can do a bunch of these, you know, like delete inner. Yeah, maybe, you know, all whatever. Yeah. But that's why it's quite easy to memorize the commands, because they're all mnemonic. And there is a training game that I played called Vim Adventures. It's basically like a Zelda-like game, Metroidvania, using the Vim motions to navigate through it, so it's quite fun. But I think the hardest part for me has been getting the because they changed the navigation, right? It's all about never leaving the home row, you know, touch typing. So you don't navigate with arrow keys. You navigate by using HJKL, that's the biggest thing that trips people up. But it's online. You can play like the first 3 levels for free, which will, you know, if at the end of that you're like, no, this is not for me, you don't have to buy the full version. I was like, this intrigues me, and I went and bought the full version. So it's like $30 or something for the full version, but it's like, if you're actually genuinely interested in learning Vim, then, or Vim motion specifically, you don't have to switch to Vim the editor. You can just use the Vim motions within IntelliJ. But yeah, I mean, hey Jay Jaseni, what's up? Yeah, Vim motions. So there is, if you go into settings, plugins, IDEA Vim is built in. It's one of the like suggested plugins. So that's just built in. And the whole concept behind like Vim also is extreme configurability. So you can set up basically your own document with your own motions. So I've set up, you know, like the find, go to class, and then I've also set up like the alt enter, you know, the quick fix, go to definition and stuff as well, which is very handy. So, you know, for me, you know, the control B, like find usages and definitions. So I can just do like GD, go to definition, or like GD. I mean, if you're on the definition, you find usages, but I can press GU and it shows me the usages. Well, that's the thing. It's like when you SSH into a server, you're faced with Vim, and it's like, how awesome would it not be to know how to confidently navigate Vim just on remote servers? Like, that alone feels like a win. And honestly, I've spent now a week learning it, and it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I feel like at this point, I mean, I was coding with it this morning, and yeah, it's quite nice, even though I'm not as fast as I was before. It's quite nice. And also you can set up these macros. So I've set up a macro to replace like I can show you here. So if we go to like well, I can just do this. So we do I'll set up here. We have like vector3 test vac equals back, and then we can just oops. Vector, or actually we can do this. So we can exit here. We can YY, which is yank. That's the word for copying in Vim, yank. So you yank a line and we can press P, which pastes the line. And then we can press CIW, which change inner word. And we can call it test vec other. So now I have these two vectors here, but we can paste a couple more here. Oh right, yeah, because when the yanking gets auto executed upon edits, so if you like delete something, it gets automatically yanked. But then you can do semicolon register, and it shows you all the previous stuff you've yanked and deleted. So here I have like this test vec, which ends up in register 0 because, you know, you keep like a backlog of previous yanks. So here I want to paste this dude. So I can just do I can type what's it called? The citation mark, or is that what was it called? The two lines, two vertical lines, and I can type that 0 and then P, which would paste it, I think. Yeah, exactly. And then DD to delete the current line. Yeah, pipe paste P, but I'm talking about it's not called a pipe. That's the one vertical line. Which Unity C# plays? I think Coding Monkey has a like 12-hour video on it on C#, so that's probably a good one. Mr. Block. But yeah, we have these test vectors, and I'm not skilled at this, keep in mind. And there's also like go to back of line. No, it's the two vertical lines, you know, like a quotation mark. That's the one. Quotation mark accesses the registers that have stored previous yanks or deletes or changes. Like anytime you remove something, it gets automatically stored. Anyway, so you can record macros using Vim motions. I don't know. I haven't watched it, but I know many people like the guy. I've watched a few of his videos. I feel like maybe he's not necessarily super in-depth in what he talks about, but I feel like he's got a good grasp of like the current state of all things Unity, in my opinion. Like he stays up to date, and that video that he just posted seems to be up to date as well. I would assume it's probably okay as like an overview. But anyway, macros. So if you press Q, you start recording a macro, and then you can press any letter, any lowercase letter, and it's going to record it into that letter as it's registered. So I press Q and then I press V. So now we're recording into register V, a macro. And the macro we're recording here is CIW, which changes the inner word, and a change always does a delete as well, but it enters you into edit mode. And then we type var, and then we type escape, so that removes it out. You can record it as a perma macro if you want to. That's the thing. You can make them permanent, or you can make them temporary. And then we press Q again to stop recording the macro. So now we have a macro recorded into V. We go down, and then we can just press @V, and it repeats the macro. But also, I mean, you don't even have to record a macro, because if you know you're going to repeat a change, you can just press dot and it repeats the last change you made. And you can get like super advanced. You can get like real sweaty with these macros. And also, if I want to delete these 3 lines, I can D to J. Because that's a delete, and it deletes, that's the command. And then the motion is 2 lines down, so it goes down, down, deletes. Very nice, very cool. We like it a lot. Well, that's the thing. It's like what I'm presenting here is stuff I've just learned over a few days. Now imagine I'm a pro and I'm able to do these like lightning speed, because that's the thing with like macros. The thing with motions is the muscle memory you can build surrounding those is insane. But I think like here I can do like change inner. Yeah, exactly. So if I go here and I just want to delete the contents of this method here, I can do change inner, and then I do the outer brace, bam. And that deletes the contents of this. The reason I'm learning this is because I want to move it away. DAP removes the entire thing, but you can do DAP there. Like that replaces the entire like thing you're in here. You can do DIP inside, I think. Nope. You have to DI and then the brace. DA, the brace. So it changes, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like but yeah, I want to move away from IntelliJ. That's the thing. I want to move away because I don't like the sluggishness of IntelliJ. I've gotten tired of it, and I notice it especially now that I'm streaming and my CPU is like hitting its upper limits. I just don't want to have to feel like I'm battling against the IDE. For me, what I value in an IDE, and the only reason I use an IDE, is not for any super fancy refactors. Like, yes, I do like context-aware renaming. I have the AI stuff turned off. It's the reason it gets sluggish is because it's a RAM-hungry beast. And it just gobbles up. And like the whole resharper thing, like, yeah, it's cool, but it's... I'm running up against the edge. I mean, if I check my CPU here, I mean, it's using like, yeah, freaking 2 gigs of RAM all the time. But that's just, you know, what it fronts itself with. But then there's like the background, I think, language server or whatever. Resharper shit that's not... But yeah, I don't know. I just want to switch over to something way more lightweight. I just I'm sort of over this. But basically, I want to be able to find usage, find declaration, find classes. And those are the like main things I use, and then context-aware renaming. But beyond, and like of course autocomplete, but you just have like the a C# language server and you're good. No, you can run one through, yeah, like you run it through VS Code. They're using VS Code's language server. Actual Vim, but you're just hijacking their language server. You don't have to keep VS Code open or anything. You can just hijack their yeah. Any case, I'm not an expert on this. I just started with this a week ago, but I'm just liking the direction things are headed. Hi, I'm new here. What game are we making? I'm making a Penguin GTA. I think for me, it's sort of like I've been valuing more and more not taking my hand off the keyboard and hearing what every single person who learns Vim motions has to say about Vim motions. It's like, yeah, you don't have to convince me. And then moving away from like this behemoth of an IDE to something smaller like NeoVim sounds appealing to me. Penguin, you use are there belly slide physics? There are, Noah, cuz there are. I'm just making a little main menu situation here. I don't know, water. But I think it's also like I'm so confident within Unity that a lot of it has become, you know, it's become near second language for me. If that makes any sense. So I'm just, you know, I'm sort of over it when it comes to IntelliJ. Yeah, there is context to where I rename. That's the thing with Vim. It's like so insanely configurable. I would use Linux, but yeah, I'm developing games for Windows. The ad break is for people viewing on Twitch. Yeah, no problem, Daddy Frosty. Except I assume you can't hear this. I miss my Frost. Did you miss anything? Well, I don't think so. Not necessarily, no. Yeah, context rename. Right. I was saying that Vim is so insanely configurable that essentially if there is something that you want, generally someone will have made a plugin for it or a macro for it. And in the case of context-aware renaming, there is such a thing. I was doing a little bit of research on that stuff, but yeah, I'm warming up to the idea of using Vim and making them move. Warming up to it. By using the what do you call it? Vim motions in again IntelliJ. What's the app? I'm using Unity. Well, yeah, I think, you know, the entire Vim community are like insanely nerdy. And me personally, I'm not like a config nerd. I don't like digging through configs. Not a big fan of that. But you know, the amount of config I had to do to get to the place where I am right now was minimal. Very little config that I had to tinker with to set up. To have it essentially just the way I like it. I don't know. And if there's something I miss, it's just like, okay, make a small addition to the config and I'm good. Do you know a place that I can get free assets apart from Unity? Well, it depends on what assets you want. If you want textures, there's a bunch of full HD PBR textures that you can get. If you want audio, you can go to freesound.org. And there's also for music, there's Free Music Archive. 3D models is generally quite tough, but I don't think you should be getting 3D models through free assets. It's better to just make that yourself. But textures, I don't think that's necessary, because it's like with textures and sometimes with sound effects, it's sort of like, why reinvent the wheel? Just use what's already there. That's my general opinion on that. It looked long as fuck. Yeah, well, I mean, it's sort of like, some of it is recommended defaults. Let's see here. Some of this I just pasted from another document, which was like recommended default. So this is like just saying that it like centers the cursor when you make like moves. So like when you jump to the next, when you repeat a search or whatever, it auto centers the cursor. So that's like, you know, whatever. This is just go to. So like go to declaration, find usage, go to implementation. And this is, yeah, just hide the active window. So I use this to remove when I, yeah, find usages. It pops up this little tool window at the bottom. So I remove that. Jumping between methods, finding, so finding files, finding symbols, finding classes, alt enter, and then like reformatting. So I mean, it's you know, if you think about the things you do, like the commands you use, there aren't that many. So this is quite a short config file. But I'm trying to keep these to things that could potentially that could potentially switch over to Vim. Like, it's not finding, like, yeah, finding classes, finding files, finding declarations and stuff is stuff that, yeah. Well, it's like Vim's default motions are quite simple. Like, it affords you not too much stuff. Like they don't give you access to a lot of things by default. You have to sort of set up a config if you want more out of it. Why are you wearing corn? Because they call me Corn Gwyn. Okay. Let's see, stores. I don't know. We'll just plop down some. Do we have palm trees? We do. I don't know, but you can try out, you know, the Vim Adventures. Play the first 3 levels, see what you think. For me, I never had issues with speed. I don't think so. I feel like I've been able to dish out shit sort of the way I want to, but I wouldn't mind a little extra speed. And I'm okay. If this turns out to be a massive flop, I'll go back. I'll go back. But I'm just going to try this. And by the sound of it, I don't know, you know, I'm scared that all these people who are hyping up Vim are, you know, sort of sunk cost fallacy, where they have to justify the time they spent to learn Vim. But I don't know. I'm hoping they all tell the truth, because most people who use Vim seem to be kind of hyped about it, so. And so far, so good. Yeah, well, that's why it's so nice to play this Vim Adventures game before I started out, because it allowed me to... I think that the most important part is the HJKL, you know? Because that completely rewires your brain, moving around like that. Like, K is up, J is down, H is left, L is right. And then just remembering, like, yanking, deleting, changing, insert, append. But it's sort of like, you know, the muscle memory you can build with these is insane. And what part of development is your game right now? I would say probably approaching alpha. This game, specifically Penguin Springs. Holy shit, that's a tall palm. Which one's the fucking tall one? Is it this one? Ah! Gotta be that one. Delete. Why the... Okay. Vim Adventures looks fun. It's pretty good. It gets kind of weird with the story at the end. I don't know. It starts out, it's like, oh yeah, you know, the story's just there because it has to be. But then the guy goes like, actually, this is a real story. And all of a sudden there's like lore about the bugs and stuff you're trying to remove. I'm like, dude, I don't want to listen to you yap on about your story shit and try to justify the Vim commands with lore. What is the story behind your Penguin game? I mean, there's no like serious story, I would say, or like story behind how I started it. I don't know, dude. Yeah, I'm making an island just for the Penguin Springs main menu. Damn rare footage of a dev not making up a store afterhand. Oh, story. Yeah, story. It was interesting because you said you said that as I was deleting the store inside the game. How duration approximately is the game? I don't know. I've seen people play it for like 30 hours or something. I don't know how long it is to 100%, but I would guess maybe around 20 hours to 100% it if you're doing the normal heists. Let's see. How long to beat? I don't know if it shows up here, but the problem is that this measures incorrectly because it doesn't measure. I would say this is more correct. Completionists. Yeah. 20. Okay, yeah. So at a leisurely pace, completionist is at about 26 hours. But average 22 hours. But that's, I mean, that's two people who finish the game. But yeah, 20 plus hours to completionist. That means getting all the blueprints. Online, offline, it's both, yeah. See. Yeah, I think that should be good. We can probably remove the tutorial. There we go. Okay, so main menu canvas. Here's the thing. Lobby. The scene or something? Yeah, load scene, main menu. What is the paper in top? Paper. Fusion app settings, is that the one? I don't know, like... I think it's the game manager, right? So we need to go to the... No? Wait, okay. Where exactly do I select the level to spawn into? Pepper icon. The fuck you mean? Let's see. Why you don't have picture in profile in YouTube? Because I'm scared of identity theft. Yeah, that's why. What the fuck? But like it, where exactly do I load the level then? It was ages ago when I made this. It was easier in Photon Bolt because then you specified the scene to load in here. Oh, actually, this is going to host. Okay, so we can go here. Scene manager. Scene. Okay, yeah. Wait, so you would yank. I don't know what I'm yanking. Like, can I bird? No, because that. Oh yeah, there's a space in there. Yank duo word. That's correct. You have a team for development game? No. Oops, I should have gone into ah. Game or is Penguin Springs. Then we yes, lobby. The game is a story or symbol sandbox. I mean, it has a story and also not. Like there is a story to be followed between the heists, but it's sort of like, yeah, you can sort of ignore it if you want to. It doesn't force itself onto you. Okay, I think how do we say is Penguin Springs? It happens there. Okay. Well, then we can just do this. And we should go to. We'll create a new class, I guess. That's also a macro I need to create new class. Although I guess here menu. Is there money or coins in the game? Yes. It is called fish coins. You get them by doing heists. Oh, right. Ah. Hey, right. Cool. I think that should be it. Yubba dubba doo. Do 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 do. Okay. There's no microtransactions. You play heists.
Britterball said, snakes have legs.
There you go, guys. You heard it here first. Or GTA without GTA corporate's money printer. Yeah, exactly. Did you read my first message? I'm watching a movie in Roblox. Yeah, dude, thanks for letting me know. That's awesome. Does the game have a version? No, we're version-less. I had a question. Can you give me properties to Raycast? Wait, can you give properties to Raycast? For example, assign an element to it or a damage value or something. Can you not serialize them? I think you can, or... Or... No, I don't think you can serialize. I mean, it has to be like a struct, right? I guess you can serialize classes too. Yeah, you can. But yeah, classes can be null. So you can serialize. I think you're thinking about it the wrong way, Yosko. What exactly are you trying to achieve? nullable T is a struct. I mean, generally, if you add just serialized to the actual class or struct, it will make it serializable, right? So like when you define if you have like again serialize public class fish, you know, that's the thing. But I don't, maybe you could or is it serializable? I mean serializable, but I don't know how you'd make that serialize nullable types. Or is it like that? That's not what you're talking about, or a nullable, I don't know. I don't think it though. Don't quote me on any of this. I want to create a laser weapon, so when I hold right click, it sends the laser out and deals damage to enemies. But I have an element system with my attack, so I want to attach an element to the raycast. I mean, you wouldn't, like, the raycast is a logical... It's a logical operation that I mean, the raycast returns true or false depending on whether or not it hits something, and it also outputs a reference to the hits, either one or multiple. But I don't. You wouldn't, like, if you know, if you wanted to have like a reference pass to a raycast, if that's the way you want to frame the question. Really, you'd have like public void send raycast, and then you take some parameter here. Maybe you have like int fire damage or whatever, I don't know, and then maybe int frost damage, and then you do basically if physics dot raycast vector 3.0 and then vector 3 dot forward, so that's origin direction, and then you'd have out var hit, which is the hit element, and then if you hit, you would then, you know, do stuff here using fire damage and frost damage. Like, that's how you do it. So. I mean, what if you do this? I mean, you could have a public int serialized nullable or public like class serialized nullable, and then you'd have, because I mean it's the same with dictionaries, right? Sorry, I suck at this. And then you'd have like whatever bit. I keep thinking I'm still in edit mode. And then you'd have the nullable whatever. Or you could have it be or does that not work? I don't know. Does it have to be like what the fuck value did I have for doesn't that, I don't know. I'm gonna work now. Can I come back in an hour? You can try. That's what you do, Yasko. That's correct. That is exactly what you would do. Oh, okay. Well, do you think the raycast is the best way to do that, or should I add a collision box and activate it when I attack so the enemy detects it and then you take damage? It depends on the context of your game, right? There's no best method. It's if you know, if you have an AoE attack, I don't think you should be sending out 1000 raycast in like a spherical manner to try to see whether or not you're hitting enemies in all directions. Then it's probably better to just use an overlap sphere. But you know, if you want like precise hit collisions, maybe, I mean, you can send out physical colliders, shoot them out like projectiles and check for collisions that way. You could use raycasts. You can use sphere casts as well. That's also another option. I mean, think about what you're doing and think about what kind of results you expect, what kind of granularity you want. So like, how precise do you want your collisions to be? And for what reasons do you want them to be precise? And work from there. But why are you parsing CSS? Like, what's the end goal? Styling based on classes, IDEs, pseudo class, aka hover. The layout thing will detect if you have a image and let you modify properties, for example, dynamic positioning. I see. So you're making tools for other developers? I mean, Unity has the UI toolkit, which is CSS-like, as far as I'm aware. I've never touched it. I would assume Daddy Frosty has. Assuming he's working in Unity right now. So manual coder. Hello. UI toolkit sucks. Yeah, you heard it here first, people. I think I need to change this level. Okay, it's playing the introduction to Pongo Laboratories. Based. And then I guess it can't even load it. Or... Yowza. They forked Facebook Yoga. Never merged in new changes like gaps, so you can have spacing between elements. They also use a shit custom CSS instead of just SCSS. And performance was shit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've not done any looking into what sort of, I guess, UI toolkit is or does. I just know that it was something people were hyped about, but I guess they aren't anymore. This grass is like black from the normals. Looks like garbage. My conspiracy is that they stole the idea from Sandbox. Been working with it since 2021, and shortly after they announced UI toolkit with all the same technology as Sandbox, except Gary and them actually updated Yoga, and it's wonderful to work with, unlike Unity's shitfest. I see. Do you think it's gonna take off, Sandbox? Not anymore. That's why I switched to Unity. What changed? So you were making games and experiences in Sandbox then? They redid everything, so just like they redid everything in Rust. And removed the legacy version. They redid networking. Strike Shock. What? It used to be S tier, everything was state separated, aka even in the editor there was a server realm and client realm. So you change something on the client, then the code runs again in the server section. It would not have those values you set in the client side. Okay, yeah. But then they combined state and server, or like they combined host with server or something. I mean, I get it. I having worked in the environment where host and server are the same, I know how easy it is to screw things up. I don't have that separation. Yeah, well, I mean, in my case, it's I have it set up so like if you're a server and not a host, I basically just don't spawn in your player, and then everything, you know, every interaction after that doesn't really matter if you're a host or a player, because you're not in the world, so to speak. So I can sort of just assume that, okay, if you're in the world, you're a player, meaning you're either a host or a or you're essentially a client, right? A client host if you're in the world. And then I can still do like server operations because I want to have like a separate server binary that just doesn't spawn in. Yeah, essentially, yeah. Client side if you have a player. But yeah, the difference between a server and a client or host client is whether or not you've spawned in your own player, right? So that's sort of the separation I do there. I guess this... Okay, sweet. But why did they change then? But like if, you know, if you set ammo 0, does it send a request to the server then to do it? Or like, can you, is your setup that you afford clients state authority without sort of, without explicitly calling, or without explicitly having state authority? So like you set ammo to 0 and then it sends a request to the server who sets it to 0 and then it replicates to you. Okay. But I mean, it sounds like you're into making projects, but are you making any games with this stuff, or is it just like all right, all right. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I would want to do that stuff, but it's also like I just imagine that if I start doing it, it's sort of like it becomes this excuse to procrastinate, essentially. Procrastinate by working. Astro Core contains all basics, nothing opinionated except that there is a server and client build. It contains a base spawn, client class, and other base things. Gotcha. I don't know if is there any like yeah, I guess that's the closest we can get. Oh yeah, and you can't network classes / write custom serializers in Sandbox anymore. It's just gotten so much worse when I took a look a few days ago. So if you want an item class, it better be an entity. Dude, what the fuck? That's crazy. Hi, Fishy, what's up? I need to upgrade GIMP. I said that's crazy. I feel like networking classes and structs should be like the default expectation of any networking implementation. I mean, if you can't do that, why would they do that? Like, I mean, even that's weird to me, dude. That's very weird. You think Gary discovered new drugs? Is there a way to make it look like a postcard? Like, I guess I could do this. Wait. Image. I have an idea. This, and then we final after many day, you can tell you is Godot better for beginners, or can I directly start with Unity? Just do either one. Either one, it doesn't matter. Use Unity, use Godot. But I think my opinion is if you're at a stage in your development as like a game developer, programmer, whatever, and you have to ask the question, which one's better? I would say neither. In my opinion, you should be learning some programming fundamentals before you dip your foot into game engines. That's my opinion. Other people will say other things, but yeah. Why the fuck is it rounded? Oh, grow and then border. No, okay. Yeah, it shouldn't matter to you which one's easier for a beginner. Like that shouldn't, that's the wrong question to ask. I think simply put is the answer. It's the wrong question to ask. You love kebab? I don't love it, but it's aight. It's aight. Bro, can you tell us as a beginner how much time it takes to learn game development? 5 years. Enjoy. I've never done any C# outside of Unity, and I think I should someday. Yeah, maybe. I've never done it either, so... But I've done Java, and I've done Python, and I've done C and C++. But yeah, maybe C# outside of Unity is relevant. Does programming make you feel good or not? It makes me feel horrible. Makes me want to claw my eyes out. Put him in a blender. It's so much better, unfortunately, but you can patch the C# version on Unity currently on C# 12, but you don't get all features. Oh. Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to spice things up a little bit. What is your I score? 10. I love programming, bro. Where are you from? Penguin Springs. I'm from Penguin Springs. Penguin Springsteen. That's hilarious. Do you wear glasses? No. I just raw dog it. To be fair, the loading times in all the Penguin games is really great. Yeah, I'm adding artificial load time here just so you can see the load screen. I'm convinced GTA does the same thing. My eyesight is 1.75, so I wear glasses. That's good. You should be wearing glasses. Otherwise, you won't see very well. I put a cube in the sky with a rigid body, and the moment it hits the ground, the game loads. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I know when I was, I think it was like 13 or something, before I realized that 2D arrays were a thing, I invented my own flattened array indexing system. That was fun. Except my indexing system like broke. I don't think I figured it out very well. I was moving all over the place incorrectly. It was to simulate like a 2D map in my text RPG. Start the game? No, fuck you. What did you say the name of this program was? Unity3D. The game I made back then relied so much on on-trigger enter events. Well, I mean, at least it's not the on-trigger stay, because those can be nasty. Bro, I subscribed because of this and you abused me. Stockholm Syndrome, buddy. You'll stick around. Theme of this game? It's penguins. Familiar? Bro, it's 2.5 gigabytes. Yeah. I download that in 1 minute. Oh shit. Can you undo like a move in oh. Bro, I'm about to start GameDev. Can you suggest me where to start from? Yeah, learn Hello World. And then learn functional programming. And then from there, move on to dynamic programming. And then after that, learn Haskell. Penguin Springs. Functional programming. Yeah, you'll have to look it up, but yeah, Haskell for sure. Strong recommend. I think yeah, Rust for sure. Very important. If you're not doing Rust, you're never gonna become a good game developer. I had a friend I had a friend who he never touched Rust, and he ended up making hentai games for the rest of his life. Yep. True story. Haskell. Look it up. Mention the other one who just died because of a null pointer. Yep. He was in his flying car and it crashed. Sad but true. Sometimes real life is stranger than fiction. Well, love from Pakistan. Thank you. Is Hot Reload an absolute lifesaver? Yeah. Fucking love Hot Reload, dude. Can't get enough. I don't think I need to have the delay. How much is 20 gigabytes in America? 20 gigabytes in America is 10 petabytes. And that's not a lie. Okay, so what the shark is happening here? I guess there are some Hot Reload was also in Sandbox. Damn, dude. I mean, basically it's network package. It's free. You just pay as you use. So you'd pay for concurrent users. But I mean, yeah, it's again, it's like, listen, guys, if you're gonna get into game dev and you're in it for the money and you want to make bank, the fact that you pay or don't pay for like however many thousands of users you end up getting, it shouldn't matter to you. It's pennies, right? If your game is going to make bank, it doesn't matter that you're paying however many dollars per month, like $100 per month for maintaining whatever thousands of users you have. Like, that shouldn't be a worry of yours. Most likely, you'll release your game. It's not going to see even nearly as many users as you thought it would, and you're going to still be in the free tier. Or if you don't like the idea of paying money, just roll your own solution. Use like Steam networking or something. But you know, you can use like direct IP connection as well. That's a possibility, but then you'll have to ask your users to port forward, Minecraft style. We have unlimited data outside of Iran. Unlimited data. We don't pay money for data here. It's the URP. Yeah, I used to, for like 2 weeks, because I recently moved apartments. For like 2 weeks, I had 90 megabit per second. I was like, dude, I'm paying for 1 gigabit, but for some reason I'm getting 90, and Yeah, stupid me didn't bother to check whether or not I had the right Ethernet cable plugged into my router. Switch the cable, wham bam, instantly back up to my lightning speeds. You're paying for 50, but you get those speeds? Hell yeah. I did have to call my ISP to open up my ports because I rerouted. So you guys know I'm using for the Minecraft server and stuff, and also for other stuff, I'm using fishsoft.com, but specifically I'm using the www to reroute to my own IP. So it goes, I can like host my Minecraft server on that IP, but now I have a separate host that reroutes any HTTP or HTTP secure requests to fishsoft.com, so it goes to the actual website, which is nice. Hey, nice. Yeah, I'm in a rental, so I can't really do any modifications like that. I would have done it in my other apartment. Right now, I generally just dev with an open door from my office out to the living room, which is where the router is. And that sees me getting great speeds on the Wi-Fi. Are you sure the Steam Deck is probably... Oh wait, no, that wouldn't make sense if it's on Ethernet. I'm thinking the 5 and 2.4 gigahertz. I don't even... What speeds does 2.4 gigahertz even support up to? Irani Ball, did you know that one Bigelow Gigolo costs 1 million bungaroonies in Bungalow Land? But in Iran, it costs 1 billion trillion gorillion reals. Now that's wild. When I pass my 12th, I don't know what is GameDev. As soon as I knew more about it, I picked my first programming language, C++, without any prior knowledge in CS and C++, like fuck you, after I pick HTML. Yep, that's how it goes. Yep. Guess maybe they're like lack of references, difficulty selector. Economical statements. If you have $1,000, come to Iran, you'll be rich. If you have 1,000 bananas, come to the jungles of Congo, you'll be rich. Trust me. If you have 1,000 fish, go to Penguin Springs, you'll be rich. Yep. actually true. True. This. Richer than Rich Rick. Yep, true. For example, you have a paid game. Remember that in Iran, it is cracked and free. Ah, I see. So, if a hot dog costs $10 in the United States, in Iran, it's free. I understand it now. Thank you. Let's stop talking about this country. Oh, yeah, okay. It was just getting interesting. Bro, I am from India. I could tell from the bro. I still don't know why people think it's good that a $1,200 phone is emulating GTA 5 at 28 FPS. The poor processor doesn't have enough cooling for that, and people still emulate. Yeah, I mean, they emulate, and then not only that, but they freaking slap cooling onto it. Like, what's that about? Buy a freaking external cooler for your phone? But you just said we're supposed to stop talking about the country. Yeah, the fucking touch on the screen. Like, oh yeah, I love covering up 30% of my screen with my stinky paws. That's hella awesome. Let's see, I was gonna find shit, I'm forgetting. Right, Penguin Spring Start. $99 in Forest, it's same to Minecraft. Yeah, dude, that's for sure. 99 nights at Freddy's. I love that movie too. What about 99 Nights at Robbers Island? Now we're talking. I used to emulate indie Windows games on my phone at like low frame rates because it's emulated. Spent weeks trying to reverse engineer the game with Asset Ripper. Into a full put and that was absolute pain. Ended up buying a Steam Deck 2 days later and never looked back. Based. I think I don't know if do you have a PC? No, I'm streaming on my phone right now. If so, how many gigabytes of RAM? I have 2 megabytes of RAM on this beast. Or hard drive does it have? How many gigabytes or what is it CPU? CPU, I think, is probably the Ryzen Threadripper. Something like that. I forget exactly. Yeah, it's I don't know why I'm Snake. I mean Penguin in this version because this is using the separate save file, but you know. I just need to see here. Which one is it? The enemy. Update bend angle there. See this one. Phantom pain in my ass, am I right? That's just a joke, snowflakes, relax. I mean, it says mine. Am I not using this? Can I not just do this? Oh, I guess I can't because it can't exceed the byte, right? But then I need to have get bend angle. I take a shower now. Bye. Yeah, enjoy. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you just do get actual bend angle here? Yeah, determine bend state. Here, okay, yeah. State dot actual bend angle. Oh, sorry. But we can also just do, I don't think. Yeah, target bend angle equals, okay. Wait, okay. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well then, state dot actual bend angle equals state dot get actual bend angle. Yeah, and now he's bending straight down. This is not what we want. We can go to definition, scared. Which here would be minus 90. That's the thing, so I was right, exactly. There we go. And then also, oh hell yeah. Beast. I need to make them stop when they like are held up. But I need to rethink a little bit. Let's see, I recently changed it so their rotation is also aligned with the... Oh. I was going to say aligned with the direction of the road, but I saw that police car over there. Yeah, I think, yeah, the UI library is definitely the cause for this walk speed commotion. Kablow! Trying to find the police. There we go. Hello, police. Ah! Now this is more like it. I don't know if the... I mean, I guess they would be. I don't know. I need to figure out better ways to simulate the cars. Make it appear more smooth. The lotting, I mean, it's sort of working, but it's not entirely satisfactory. Oh, there she is. He's still walking. Oh my god, guys, we just got an advert for the best viewers. They're on stream, boo. I think I need to address that problem of penguins like getting stuck on the car and violently shaking. I'm just gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a little leg stretcher. But we have a working sort of main menu that's now separated from Penguin Heist. So that's nice. We'll just stand here or something, I guess. I'll just be right back. All right, party people. I had some lunch too, so a little bit extra delay. Okay. Sorry. So are these guys supposed to hang here or? Not delay, Pepsi. Ah, shit. Yeah. Silk Song is out, or? Just released. All right. But I mean, I don't look. I'm not a hater, but I think the hype for that game is overstated. I think the hype surrounding it is only because of the long time to release. And it's more of a meme than it is like a genuine hype surrounding like buying a product. Like, yes, there are a lot of people who enjoyed Hollow Knight, but it's like I would argue it's still like an indie level success. It's not like GTA. Yeah, exactly. It's that hype is from people and they're like, oh man, everyone who's releasing near Silk Song is gonna have to move their release date. And it's like, yeah, sure, dude. And I think people moving their release date because of Silk Song, if anything, just generates more hype for that game too. So they're like, oh yeah, free advertising. We move our release date. We get a bit more time to work on the game, and we get like an article written about us because we had to move our release date because of Silk Song. So it's sort of, yeah. Let's see here. So, the thing is that if someone's being held up, we shouldn't set the move speed. Like, there should be a lock on the speed, but right now the way we handle, like, we don't, that, see, that's, I was talking about this yesterday. I don't know if that was with you, Aaron, but it might have been. Speaking about like caching of sets. So follower entity, setting the max speed, because it is an entity component system, like integrated object or entity or whatever you want to call it. This set here is not just modifying a value, it's doing a bunch of other stuff underneath the hood. And in this case, like, I need to cache this with old move speed so I don't overwrite, you know? But that's not something that they have built in. But that's a package by a very competent developer, but still it's like, yeah. Let's see, I'm thinking Like their move speed. My cat is meowing at me. He wants my attention. So true, Dev Rooster. So true. I'm thinking. Wait. We're gonna client follower entity, but that's, yeah, okay. We can do this. Um, How exactly do you delete? Um, I want to know how you can like. Oh, F equals. Hello, Irani ball. You should be complaining about this.
Aaron GameDev TV said lard.
Good point. 10 points to Gryffindor. We can do this. Oh, that you're poor, you mean? Oh wait, you subbed. Oh shit. Thank you. I thought you were talking about in reference. I didn't mean to see you're poor. I'm talking in reference to that the TTS will sometimes say that, like, Aaron Gaming Dev is poor. So I, Rich Rick, will say. Uh, uh, Now I'm eating chips. Ah. Now that's more generalized. This should mean that when they're being held up, they actually stop moving. Might as well update my day-to-day life. Do Twitch chat in Guidelify stream. Yeah. Flippers in the air, motherfucker! I'm a solid snake, bitches! Gah! This is Solid Snake, and I'm the Phantom Penguin. You won't go hungry in GTA Penguin? You'll go hungry? Yeah, for sure. But I need to look into the clothes bullshit, because that is, oh, maybe it's Penguin Springs is not being set correctly. Okay, let's see here. Oops. Yeah, that's the one. In the game GTA Penguins, penguins usually eat fish. Oh, I didn't know. I haven't played that game. I found this Filipino store nearby where I live, and they sell root beer there, which is very, very epic. They sell mug root beer. Let's see if I spawn in as robber or not. I think I should spawn in as robber. I'm naked. Ah. Hello, Macaroni. Oh wait, on Twitch too. Let me follow there. Yes, please do.
This is Fernando Miguel. He is really good at dancing.
Moranice here has learned to dance.
Oh hell yeah, thank you. It's the macaroni. Base. Mr. Penguin, do you listen to music? I do. Who? All kinds. I mean, recently I've been listening to Winged Victory for the Sullen. Is like a ambient, modern, classical duo. Good stuff. Okay, let's see what kind of errors we're getting here. Let's just refresh. Have you ever been subscribed to YouTube? I have, and I actually am right now. I just freaking love having some podcasts on there and playing in the background on my phone. Yeah, please, Ronnie, donate $1 gorillion, please, to the stream. That would be so helpful.
Samuel said, please donate, I am poor again.
Oh yeah, that's so true. Please. Please, people. This is your only chance to make a real difference. I am in a state of poverty. You wouldn't want to let down a penguin, would you? I don't know why it's supposed to be. Maybe the clothes weren't connected. Maybe the clothes aren't in a separate save file. Dude. Sorry. Let's see. We can do clothing. Request clothing data. Okay. Yeah, it could be that we just need to have yeah, this is basically what we need to wait. We can just do this. Wait until try this. I need to go out and look for my cat. He's outside somewhere. I'm just gonna go do that. Thinking maybe maybe I will end the stream right after I see if this works. I'll continue just working off stream, I think. In it. You made it so SCSS and CSS files become a text scriptable object. So you can like edit the parameters of the CSS file as a scriptable object, or? That's pretty cool if so. So, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but
This is Mr. Penguin. Easy pressed.
Aaron Gaming Dev TV just subscribe.
what the fuck? Hell yeah. Why didn't you get the notification before? You're wrong. No, but as in it, you take a CSS file, you write the CSS, and then it turns that into a scriptable object where you can just edit the parameters of the CSS. So like, you know, maybe you want to expose the color values or whatever. You have that as part of a scriptable object or something. I don't think I quite understand. Is it so you can like edit the text file within the inspector? Is that the idea? Yeah, you'd edit it there. So why the scriptable object? What is the benefit of the scriptable object in the context of this? So that we can do the processing and selectors in the inspectors. You can go in your button or whatever and choose CSS files. Okay, so it would expose. It's just a data container for, I don't know what you call it, like the styles or whatever. So you would have a standardized format for like CSS files, which has like button and I don't know, friggin' whatever, and you can just access that through the, yeah, okay, I get it. Because what I said was also pretty cool, though. That I also said something pretty cool. Edit the CSS, expose variables from the CSS with its properties. That's pretty cool. Change the color of a button in the scriptable object. That's pretty cool, right? There's been a shootout in Penguin Springs. Me to, wait, is he still? Oh my god. Sorry, what was the suggestion? No, my suggestion was just my interpretation, which was that you'd write CSS, you'd be able to somehow mark specific variables as being exposed, like for example, I don't know, the color in the style sheet, right? You'd expose that, and that would be then a variable or property within the scriptable object, so you can sort of just write the CSS, but then it would store like a copy of that parsed variable like locally, so you can like write the default CSS and they're like, actually this brown doesn't look so good, so you just modify the scriptable object to change the color instead of having to open up the CSS. But you're saying this is runtime stuff, so I don't know. Ronnie Ball knows CSS. Maybe you should hire him, Daddy Frosty. Sandbox used to have some. It's always fucking Sandbox. It's always Sandbox has every good idea. You'd be able to just define the var like normal CSS, and then you could get a var in C#. Otherwise, you'd be set the color in SCSS. Okay, yeah. Sandbox should hire me because I come up with all the same ideas they have. Well, then my idea wasn't so stupid, at least. They should have hired you, yeah. You would have told them, you guys are making a mistake, turning these entities into game objects and combining the server and host. You're making a mistake. Ah! Yeah, it sounds like you have some unresolved issues when it comes to Sandbox. But I don't think they have the therapists that specialize in Sandbox related emotional trauma, so you're probably out of luck there. Okay. We're at a pretty good point now. I think what I want to do next is have the cars actually engage physically when you end up in contact with them, but I think that's gonna have to wait for another stream. Sue them and make them pay me so I can get a therapist to study Sandbox and fix me. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to call it a day for today. I will be back tomorrow. I assume it's, what is it? It's Thursday. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. And we're gonna be well, I don't know. Maybe I mean, we have the taxi job. If I don't fix the cars by tomorrow, then we'll probably be doing cars. But otherwise, Sandbox stream tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna play Sandbox. Could add boats. Boats are fun. But I think about this. I have this list here. Sorry. List here, which are the different jobs I had imagined. Taxi driver, delivery. Maybe we should make a UI for the job progress. Sadly, we won't be using Humane UI for that, even though I know that's the latest and greatest in UI technology, but we're just going to use good old Unity UI for that. Yeah, I think maybe make a career UI. And then we'll see if we can, I don't know, maybe we should polish up like the actual, you know, if we have the career UI. Because I mean, this is the extent of the career UI. A contract pops up on screen, you click sign. It's like, hell yeah, you have a job now, and you can hop into the taxi. And now you can drive. Yeah, anyway. I think goodbye for now. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Ah! Have a good one. And let's see here.